A big shout out to Lucky Duck Games, who is one of our series sponsors, who has a game on Gamefound right now, working on funding for Kingdom Rush Elemental Uprising. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Thank you for joining me today at Tantrum Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp. Today we're looking at board games launching the first half of March on crowdfunding platforms. These first few launch on March 1st. The Ministry of Meeples launches Theurgy. This is a game for 2 to 6 players. Takes about 60 to 180 minutes to play. You take on the role of half-forgotten gods and compete to have temples built in their honor. Player wins if at the end of their turn they have met one of the 3 winning conditions, becoming the official faith, fulfilling your calling, or spreading across the land. Alley Cat Games is bringing Eternal Palace.
Long ago, in a quest to be remembered through the ages, an emperor sought to rebuild an ancient and glorious palace which had fallen into disrepair. This is the story of the Eternal Palace. As the leader of a noble house, you seek to gain favor with the emperor by aiding in the rebuilding of his palace, and to immortalize the emperor's efforts by creating a painting to commemorate the occasion. However, you are not the only one looking to impress the emperor. News of the Eternal Palace has spread, and the emperor's fondness of paintings is well known. Will your efforts see you gain the favor you desire, or will another noble house be honored instead? Eternal Palace is a dice placement Euro game for 1 to 5 players. Designed by Stephen Aramini and brought to you by Alley Cat Games. You'll roll the dice, which represent your workers, and secretly organize them into groups to visit different locations. As you gain more dice, powerful locations closer to the palace become easier to reach. Will you focus on constructing a feature, or take the credit for rebuilding a local monument? Every location you visit will take you one step closer to painting your masterpiece, and the ultimate prize of being honored by the Emperor. Back Eternal Palace today and receive exclusive expansions and miniatures.
And Olympus Races, a turn-based racing game based on Greek mythology. These next few launch on March 2nd. Pio Games launches Oil Town, a game for 1 to 4 players, takes about 45 to 60 minutes to play. In the game, you take on the roles of pioneers in the Wild West, drilling for oil to strike it rich. This card-driven, dice placement game also features hand-painted watercolor art. Great Games launches Silverwood Grove, a game for 1 to 6 players. Build the greatest village in a hidden woodland grove to rise above the rest. AEG launches Meeples and Monsters, training your village and protect it from monsters and threats. Game for 2 to 4 players, takes about 45 to 90 minutes to play. This is a bag building engine builder. You're going to be drawing meeples out of your bag, using those meeples to do actions like killing monsters and upgrading your meeples. Unfiltered Games launches Moonshell, a strategy puzzle game for 1 to 4 players. You're playing as a mermaid to collect seashells. Caper Europe from Keymaster Games. This is a 2-player game that takes about 25 to 30 minutes to play. You take turns sending thieves to famous locations across Europe, vying for control through special card powers. These thieves have tricks up their sleeves, which you can enhance by adding gear to them. And controlling the locations isn't everything, because priceless stolen goods await the thief who's clever enough to snatch them first. Mid-level Meeple launches Fortune and Famine. This is a game for 2 to 6 players, takes about 30 to 90 minutes to play. You play as the king of a growing kingdom, attempting to store more grain in 12 rounds than the opposing kings. You're going to have to spend silver to bid against other kings on workers which produce unique goods or services for your kingdom. Weird Giraffe Games launches Gift of Tulips for 1 to 6 players, takes about 20 minutes to play. You explore Amsterdam's Tulip Festival to build colorful bouquets. Walnut Games launches Take the Kingdom for 2 to 4 players, takes about 20 to 30 minutes to play. This is a medieval card game, building your kingdom, damaging everyone else's. The winner is the last kingdom standing, or the strongest one at the end of the game. On March 5th, White Label Games launches High Noon. Here's a quick trailer.
High noon around these parts is bloody and unforgiving. On this untamed frontier, if you try to save your bacon, you're gonna go home hungry. To win the game, become acquainted with punishment, both in giving and getting. High Noon is a tactical combat board game set in a fictional turn-of-the-century Wild West universe, where players vie for dominance using various posses of unique characters with deadly variety. Assorted game tiles can be assembled quickly and easily to ensure no theater of war is ever the same. With your battlefield tiles confederated, it's time to take the reins of your posse. Draw from your deck to equip your posse with their unique skills they'll need to get ahead. There are no dice at High Noon. When it comes to victory or defeat, it's all in the cards. Don't forget to loot wherever and whenever you can. Gathering loot from crates around the battlefield will give you a razor-sharp edge. And most importantly, enjoy the spoils of your victory. Pick your posse and be ready for the fight. You might just make it out alive.
These next few launch on March 9th. Fans of Everdell will be excited to hear that Starling Games is launching not only an expansion to Everdell, but also a big box. I heard that Devil Pig Games is launching a new campaign for Heroes of Normandie, a new edition. Escape Plan Board Games launches Hit the Silk, Suspense and Treachery, a bungled hijack, a plane losing altitude, and 100,000 pounds. Motor City Gameworks launches Three Sisters. You're going to be managing your backyard garden of corn, beans, and pumpkins. This game is for 1 to 4 players, takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play. This is a roll and write from designers Matt Riddle and Ben Pinchback. Your player sheet has several areas. Your field has 6 zones where the crops will be growing throughout the game. You also have fruits and flowers, beehives, and a shed with tools that have special abilities. Talon Strike Studios launches Night Market, a game for 2 to 4 players, takes about 60 to 90 minutes to play. Eager and hungry customers follow these smells to their source and find a treasure, an action drafting worker placement game. Peterson Games just announced Invasion of the Brood, a war game about the attempted conquest of modern-day Earth by an alien terror. For 2 players, takes about 45 minutes to play. Bogus Survival from the Game Crafter is where survivalists work together in teams to escape out of weird survival situations. A game for 4 to 10 players, takes about 30 to 45 minutes to play. You're going to be using storytelling to escape these scenarios. You can find yourself stuck on a marooned island, chased by a line of shopping carts, or even blackmailed by Winnie the Pooh. Daily Magic Games just announced Valeria Card Kingdom's Darksworn, which is an expansion for Valeria Card Kingdoms. A story unfolds over 6 books filled with tasks, boons, dangers, and lurking evil. Keep Exploring Games launches Monuments, a game for 2 to 4 players, takes about 45 to 90 minutes to play. I believe on March 9th, Eagle Griffin Games launches Baseball Highlights the Dice Game, and possibly Football Highlights the Dice Game too. This is a roll and write version of the Baseball Highlights game. Also, I just heard the announcement for Final Frontier's new games, Solani and The Girl Who Made the Stars. I'll be letting you know when that Kickstarter campaign launches. And I believe sometime in March, Winged Titan will launch the Millennium War. A quick shout out to one of our series sponsors, Mesa Game Lab. With over 35 combined years in the animation and visual effects industry, Mesa Game Lab's artists will work with you to create stunning animated videos and GIFs for your Kickstarter campaign, with options for full 3D environments, 2D animated characters, dynamic motion graphics, eye-catching 3D animation, and Kickstarter page design. They can surely highlight everything your game has to offer. Contact them by visiting mesagamelab.com. Well, Tantrum House will be doing some videos from some of these games on the list. We will be doing a video for Oil Town. I already have a video for Meeples and Monsters that you can check out. Caper Europe, Fortune and Famine, the Everdell expansion, and Three Sisters. So check those videos out. I apologize that this video was not released on Monday. We had quite a few videos for Monday and Tuesday already on the schedule before we had decided that we wanted to sort of do that Monday thing. So my apologies. Hopefully you checked out our video of Red Rising, the Viewpoints video that we released on Monday, where basically all the studios give their viewpoints on one game. And we did Red Rising, which is right there, Red Rising. And we did that all in one video. So definitely check that out if you haven't. But definitely check out our news video that's coming out Mondays now, board game news segment with Jonah and Will. That'll be coming up this upcoming Monday. And then we'll just get back on that schedule with Mondays being either news or block. If there's a fifth Monday, we probably won't be doing anything for news or block, just letting you know. But it'll be the first, second, third, and fourth Mondays of the month. Getting a little break on the fifth Mondays. I'm sure another board game video will still be published on that day. Just wouldn't be the block or a news video. Well, let me know in the comments what you liked from the list, some of the games that were mentioned. If there's any games that popped up that you were like, I'm interested in that, let me know in the comments below. Love to hear about that. Hope you have a good day.